So what I'm doing at this point is I'm obviously putting my floor joists in for the veranda. I'm doing the same way I did the floor, the original floor, where I adds these out flat. So in order to find level, I'm going to basically do it incrementally. May have a few undulations to it. We'll try to keep it within a half an inch or so, corner to corner, end to end. So I'm just using a piece of rough sawn plank here. I'm going to get a line underneath this, which will be my level line. Same at the other end. Yeah, and by doing it incrementally, I'm going to basically be able to keep it fairly level. So I'm going to get a few saw cuts in this guy, get a level line, and yeah, we'll adze that guy out. Another knot. Yeah, so got that one done, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to go, and be able to sheet it. But it's such a beautiful day. I am tired and notching, and it's cold, so I'm up for a walk. I think I'll get my smooth bore here and go see if I can get myself a rabbit for supper. Here I am sitting in the abandoned ruins, and maybe you shouldn't call it ruins, because if you look at the craftsmanship to dry lay these stones, it absolutely fascinates me. They even built their chimneys this way, no mortar, just dry laid. And there's some big heavy rocks here. This area that we live in was primarily settled by poor Irish Catholics. So the descendants of the original settlers still live here today, with names like Duchesne, Flynn, O'Hare, O'Neill, Kelly, like my surname. And ironically, if one goes to the west here, perhaps 15 or 20 miles, you get into this rich loam soil instead of this limestone outcroppings. And the names over there are Lincoln, Smith, Thompson. So the King of England deeded that to English people, and he deeded this to the poor Irish. And they built these colonization roads that run for hundreds of miles in this area. And you can always find these old remnants of these foundations by looking for mature sugar maples that could be 150, 200 years old. And they were trees that they left when they were clearing the area. They left those trees for shade for their house. But this foundation isn't a whole lot bigger than the cabin that I'm building. This would have been their permanent home. I'd say it's about half again as big, maybe twice the size. So their original cabins would look much like the one, our project we're currently working on. Pretty crudely made, put together fast, and needed a home. But as their family grew, and they were good Catholic families, so as the family grew, they had more children and more hands to do the work. And then they would build a fancier home, one with a basement, such as you see. This was probably a 2-story home, and it was probably hewn logs with dovetail joints in the ends. Anyway, I just thought it was a good opportunity to bring you back here on my hunt, which has been totally unsuccessful so far. So it may be jerky for me tonight instead of warm rabbit on this spit. But I thought I'd bring you back and show you that this is what we're trying to recreate, and it's just steeped in history. I mean, even look at these cedars aren't all that old. They're probably about 60 or 70 years old, but the whole area has grown up in trees. And it's starting to fall down, but if one considers that this was built 150, maybe even longer ago than that, it's weathered well. Anyway, I'm going to head off and see if I can still get something warm for my supper. So what we got here is a great emergency source of food. So we've got a hollowed out old sugar maple here, and with a porcupine up inside. And even without a weapon, they're slow enough when they're walking that you can actually walk faster than them and club them if one had to for emergency food. Anyway, I've never eaten porcupine, and quite frankly, I'm not that hungry tonight. but it is good to know that it's a source of food out there. So I'm just going to carry on, and still hoping for that rabbit or rough-head grouse yet. That was a clean miss.